So this is a video that I was debating on making after I heard that certain content creators have decided to either stop playing the game or stop making content for the game. And before I continue on, I do want to reiterate that no, I am not quitting the game. No, I am not quitting content creation. I am very much happy with the following that I have and everything that I do. I am not burnt out on the game. I do still think that the game is fun. I do play both versions of the game, and with the amount of time that I do have to myself, which is pretty small being a parent now, it can definitely be tough at times to be able to push out the content. And that's there's a few things that I do want to note about that, but there have been from what I have seen in posts that have been shared to myself personally in DMs, or just like seeing people just straight up just typing it out for everybody to see. It seems like there are a handful of people that seem like they are very upset that their favorite content creator has decided to either drop the game or just stop making content creation in general. And like, you got to understand that like we're human beings. Like, we will get bored, or we will get tired, or just in general, like sometimes we just want to move on to something bigger and better. Or sometimes maybe you realize that it's probably time to really focus on other things in life that are more important to you. Because like for myself, like yeah, I do make content, yes, I do play the game and I enjoy what I do, but at the same time, it is not my priority. At any point in time, I can easily stop, because like my biggest priority right now is my family and my wife and my son. But like with how things, or with how people have been taking things like the wrong way, or taking it the wrong way, or saying stuff that is negative either towards a person or their decision on what they wanted to do, I do feel like it's not the right way to go about it. Because like, again, we're all human beings. We all always want to go and try to explore different things. And so like when it comes to like getting burned out with the game, I mean, like sometimes if it is the same repetitive thing over and over and over, everybody's different. So like, there are going to be some people within a small group that will probably get bored of the game, and maybe they want to move on to something else, or maybe they won't make it their priority game and they will start playing different games. Because hey, there are thousands of games out there in the world for us to be able to play and see if we do like it and whatnot. And it doesn't even have to be mobile games. That's like console games, PC games, so on and so forth. There's so much video games that we can actually play that whenever it's time to move on, we move on. I mean, hell, I've moved on from video games before, and those video games were not mobile games. Like I used to play a lot of strategy city builder type games, and I've moved on from that. I used to play shooters, and like maybe here and there I'll play some shooters, but it's not a game, or it's not a game type that I see myself like taking seriously again, unless like something happens, which I don't know what that is, but like, if it happens, it happens. You know what I mean? So it's just like things like that where I feel like, people need to understand that like everyone's life is different. And, I get that you can be upset about it, but to voice it in such a negative way, it's just not the right thing, and it doesn't make you look any better as a person. Because like first off, the whoever it is that you were a fan of is not required to only be your source of entertainment. You know what I mean? So like, whenever these content creators, which again, like some of the ones that I'll name off the top of my head would be like 40 the Broadway saying, Josepher, who actually just recently made a community post about it, Lids, he made a YouTube content and he streamed on Twitch. You also had who was it? Black Nero. He said that he is not quitting or anything like that, but like he is going to take his channel into like a different direction. He's gonna do his own thing the way that he wants to do it, and that's fine. You know what I mean? Like, everybody has their ways of like handling things. Everybody has their directions that they want to take their channels with, and it's something that if you really truly are or if you really truly enjoy the content that they actually drop, you should not be upset just because like they are done like quitting the game, or they're going to change up something so dramatic that you think that it's going to be like the end of the world. Like it shouldn't be like that. Again, everybody has priorities, you know what I mean? And like people need to realize that it shouldn't be like such a, like, I don't know, like a strike to the heart just because of like, decisions that your favorite content creator does. And I mean, like, it's, this is not something new in general in the YouTube community. Like everybody does this possibly every single day, because like, I mean, hey, that's just life. So I mean, at the end of the day, aside from the content creators and whatnot, all I can say to them is for whatever it is that they are wanting to do, as long as it makes them happy, that's all that matters. And honestly, for those who are so like critical about them, should really, like, at the end of the day, just really like sit down and just think, like, and just think about like how, like, the position, like how would you feel if you was in their position, with whatever it is that's going on in their lives, are they happy with what it is they're doing, so on and so forth. So I do just want to say that, like, if you are a viewer who is burnt out on the game, who thinks that the game is boring or this and that, like, hey, there's always like ways to share your opinions and whatnot in a proper manner, and like there are plenty of ways to do it. Like Reddit is probably like the best place to talk about, like, this type of like things like that, because guess what, people who work for Square Enix, they do read this stuff. So like, it's always a good thing to try to share your opinions on these types of matters, instead of like just like straight up being Mr. Negative about it, and just like straight up being like, oh, this game is boring, blah 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 blah. So, and when somebody asks, it's like, why is it boring? It's half the time you can't even answer it, because like you just say it's boring just because like there's really nothing to do. Then my response to that would be like, well, play something else. Like default and mobile games in general should not be, in my opinion at least, should not be a player's main game, like a main game of like entertainment and whatnot. Like, I can understand, like, if let's say like you're in a situation where maybe you cannot get like a console or anything like that, or a PC, then that I get. But remember, DFFOO is not the only game out there. There are plenty of games for everybody to play. Being a free-to-play player and all that good stuff. Like, there are plenty of games that everybody could play. So I mean, like, if you're bored with the game and whatnot, like, if you think it is the same repetitive stuff over and over and over, the only thing I can really say to you is like, play other games. Like, it doesn't always have to be about it. And one thing that I did bring up during when we was talking about this during my last live stream was the fact that I think that a lot of global players specifically probably think that the game is boring because of the fact that they are pretty much just like destroying everything like so quickly. They are able to pretty much like plan ahead of time because of the fact that Globals has foresight. And I brought this up, and I told everybody, I do feel like, for global players especially, that the game is boring to them is because they have foresight, because they're able to plan out. They do already know what is coming 6 to 7 months ahead of time. So like, with all that time to plan for what they are going to pull, plan out for the fights, know the fight mechanics, etc., like it becomes like so easy. It's almost like a cheat code. It's literally a straight up cheat code, because like, you are literally finding out everything that you need to know, and the weapons and so on and so forth. So it's like the biggest cheat code that you can have. So yeah, after some time, the game can become boring, which is one of the reasons why I play JP, because like with JP, you never know what's going to be coming up with boss mechanics. Yeah, some players, some viewers who are watching this video are probably going to say, well, oh, you got FR Echo and everything like that. You could just spam, charge the gauge, FR Echo, dead. Well, that has changed a little bit as of late, where we do actually have to put up with boss mechanics. And again, for those who do keep up with JP content, like being a viewer and watching the actual gameplay is one thing, but like actually like playing JP and experiencing all of the stuff and trying to figure out like a solid team comp and whatnot is another. And I have said this before in the past, and some people did not like that, but like I'm just being straight up blunt. There is a big difference between being a viewer and watching these videos than it is in actually playing the game and experience it firsthand without like having the cheat code or foresight like global DFFOO players do have. So I do feel like having foresight, yeah, it could be a good, it is a good thing for poor planning wise and whatnot, but I do feel like in terms of like knowing the fight mechanics and everything like that ahead of time, and knowing that you can just go with this and this and just straight up destroy it in like 10 minutes or so, yeah, obviously the game's gonna get boring to many of us. So, and hey, like I've always said in my channel, this is how I feel about it. You are more than welcome to not agree with it, and that's perfectly fine too. But I'm just letting you know, I do feel like that's one of the reasons why things are probably the way that you may feel about a said game. Which again, there are plenty of other games that are out there. So at the end of the day, though, I just wanted to say, to the content creators who decided to make big changes with their channels or with their games or whatever it is that they are going to do. I just want to give, first off, a big thank you to you for doing what you do or doing what you did for the community and helping out those who are in need of like direction or who are in need of just like anything in general when it comes to like Opera Omnia. I just wanted to say like a big thank you. Like if it wasn't for some of you guys, like I don't think I would be at where I am today. I'm super generous for what I have, and like and hey, I'm not the only one out there. That's like, just you do know, for anybody who is watching this video, like do note that like I'm not the only content creator who makes DFFOO content. Like there are plenty of content creators who make this content, and so because of that, I will be linking down a Reddit post that was shared to me the other day with somebody who wanted to go ahead and make a like a huge list of other content creators, small or big, doesn't matter, of them like uploading runs, uploading should you pause, uploading this, uploading that, whatever it is, DFFOO related. There are plenty of content creators out there, so if you want to check that out, please make sure to do so. Support the other content creators, because I don't want to. I'm not the only one. I don't want to make myself seem like I'm like the top dog, because I'm not. I'm just another guy who makes videos and enjoys playing the game. That's about it. So to all of the Opera Omnia content creators who decided to move on or do their own thing or whatever it is that they decided to do, a big thank you to you guys. You guys are awesome. Good luck with everything that you are wanting to do, and that's that. And then for myself, one thing that I did want to state in this video, because I feel like I've been ranting on for forever, is going to be that, with the fact that a lot of these bigger content creators are doing their own thing now, whatever decision it is that they wanted to do, I do want to let you guys know that there will be some improvements on a lot of my videos, because like I want to make sure that my videos are like top tier. I want to make sure that like what I say is going to be like the right thing to be said, and not something silly where I'm going to get flack for it. I want to make sure that like my videos are up to par with like some of the other content creators who you have been watching, because like obviously there will be viewers who are going to be searching for a new content creator who they want to support and whatnot. And because of that, like I want to make sure that I am able to meet set expectations for those viewers, whether I do it or not. I want to make sure that my content is the top tier content that I can actually provide. When it comes to streaming, I am going to try to schedule to do at the minimum of 2 streams per week. It doesn't have to be Opera Omnia related, but it's definitely going to be like like console games, PC games, whatever it is, to kind of like in a way share my love of other video games aside from Opera Omnia, which is the main thing on my channel. So like I want to be able to, you know, do different things with my channel and see where it goes. But like Opera Omnia is still gonna, you know, like the content is still gonna remain here. I'm still gonna do both Global and JP. I do not feel burnt out whatsoever, and I hope that this video did not make it seem like I'm like shitting on like any of the other content creators or anything like that, because that's not what I'm here to do. Like I'm here to, you know, let people know who are upset about the decisions that, you know, some of these other CCs that have done, and to, you know, to please understand that like we're all human beings, you know, we get bored of stuff and we move on to like something else that we will get entertained with. And guess what? A lot of these content creators are doing just that, or they're doing IRL stuff. They are touching grass. So, but yeah, other than that though, guys, that's pretty much going to be it for the video. I just wanted to, you know, kind of like talk, you know, sit down and talk to you guys and let you guys know how I feel about everything and whatnot, and how I feel about like those who think like, you know, maybe like they find the game boring or repetitive or whatever it is, you know, and just kind of like throw like some ideas that maybe they can actually do. So, but yeah, that's gonna be it. So, take care, and I will catch you guys in the next one.